Every year, over 8 million tons of plastic are dumped into our oceans. This plastic doesn't just disappear, it takes hundreds of years to break down, slowly turning into toxic particles that end up in the food chain. This is a crisis that impacts not only the environment but also human health. The decisions we make today will affect the legacy of future generations. As someone who's dedicated a lot of time to researching the effects of plastic pollution and making personal changes to reduce my own plastic use, I can tell you this is a problem we can't afford to ignore. Plastic waste is harmful to the environment, deadly to wildlife, and a serious long-term health threat. It's crucial that we reduce our plastic consumption, embrace sustainable alternatives, and support policies that promote recycling and waste reduction. Let's start by understanding the scale of the damage caused by plastic waste. Plastic waste is destructive to the environment and wildlife. First, the most visible and heartbreaking damage happens in the oceans. Every year, millions of tons of plastic end up in the water, where it causes real harm to marine life. Many animals, turtles, whales, fish get caught in plastic, leading to injury or death. In fact, according to WWF Australia 2023 by Franco Bonfi, about 100,000 marine mammals and turtles die annually due to plastic entanglement alone. But the harm doesn't just stop there. Wildlife also suffers from ingesting plastic, and animals often mistake plastic for food. And when they eat it, they can suffer severe consequences. Some birds, for example, have been found with stomachs full of plastic, which stops them from digesting real food. It's not just a few animals, over 700 species have been harmed in some way by plastic pollution. The root causes of plastic pollution. So where does all the plastic come from? The causes of plastic pollution are both immediate and long-term. In the short term, we have to acknowledge that our reliance on single-use plastic is a huge issue. Plastics are cheap, convenient, and widely used for things like packaging, straws, and disposable containers. But this convenience comes at a very high environmental cost. The longer-term causes are equally concerning. Many people don't fully understand the harm plastic is doing to the planet, which leads to complacency. And on top of that, many places don't have adequate recycling infrastructure to handle the growing amount of waste we're generating. According to the OECD in 2022, only 9% of plastic waste is actually recycled, which is shocking when you think about how much plastic is produced and used every single day. Solutions to reduce plastic waste. Now that we've explored the causes, what can we do to change things? Thankfully, there are several solutions that can help us reduce plastic waste. First, we need public education campaigns. The more people understand the impact of single-use plastics, the more likely they are to make better choices. As the United Nations Environmental Program in 2021 suggests, educating consumers about the environmental consequences of plastic waste is crucial to encouraging responsible behavior. Second, we need better recycling infrastructure. Investing in better recycling systems and technologies will allow us to process and reuse more plastics, diverting them from landfills and the oceans. Lastly, we need to incentivize businesses and consumers to make the switch to reusable alternatives, and it's easy for consumers to start by using reusable bags, bottles, and containers instead of disposable plastic ones. If more people make these small changes, it will have a significant positive impact. In conclusion, plastic waste is devastating to marine life, our ecosystems, and even human health. It's caused by our over-reliance on single-use plastics, a lack of awareness, and inefficient recycling systems. But we can turn this around. By educating the public, improving recycling programs, and encouraging sustainable alternatives, we can begin to tackle the problem at its root. So remember the 3 R's: reduce plastic, reuse materials, recycle together, and make a difference to protect our planet.